The adjuster's job is to pay out as little as possible while staying compliant with the policy. Your job is to make sure the homeowner gets everything they're entitled to. Those are not the same goal.
That's a polite way to describe what's actually a negotiation.
It's always a negotiation. The question is whether you're equipped to have it. This is the working document. Let's get into it.
Insurance episode. We've mentioned the insurance quizzes a few times now. Today we're going deep on what they're actually teaching and why it matters on the job.
The quizzes exist because insurance scope work is one of the highest skill activities in residential roofing. You can be a decent salesperson and a good communicator and completely fail your homeowners on the insurance side if you don't understand how the process works.
And most reps don't come in knowing this stuff.
Almost none of them do. Insurance scope reading is not intuitive. You have to be taught it. The quizzes are how we do that systematically.
For anyone who doesn't know, what is an insurance scope?
An insurance scope is the adjuster's written estimate of what work needs to be done and what it will cost. It's generated in a software called Xactimate. It's a line item document, material quantities, labor costs, removal costs, everything broken down.
And the scope is what drives the payout?
The scope is what drives everything. If something isn't on the scope, the insurance company isn't paying for it. If a line item is wrong quantity, wrong unit price, missing a code requirement, the homeowner doesn't get fully compensated. And if you don't know what to look for, you won't catch it.
What are the most common things that get missed?
Starter strip, ice and water shield, especially when code requires it beyond the minimum. Step flashing on dormers and walls, pipe collars and boots, drip edge, ridge cap, ventilation upgrades when the existing ventilation is non-compliant, permit fees, dumpster fees on larger jobs.
Those are all real costs.
Every one of them. Add up the missing items on a scope, and you might have several $1,000s that should have been in the claim and wasn't.
The Insurance Scope Fundamentals Quiz. What does it cover?
The basics of how Xactimate works, what the line items mean, how quantities are calculated, understanding the difference between RCV and ACV, replacement cost value versus actual cash value, what a depreciation holdback is and when it gets released, how to read the summary page of a scope.
RCV versus ACV. A lot of homeowners are confused by that.
Most homeowners are told they have full replacement cost coverage and assume that means they get everything up front. They don't always understand that the initial check might be ACV, less depreciation, and that they have to complete the job and submit the final invoice to get the depreciation released. If the rep doesn't explain that, you get a homeowner surprised by the numbers.
And the quiz makes sure the rep can explain it?
The quiz makes sure the rep understands it first. You can't explain something you don't understand.
There's a quiz called Hard Insurance. What makes it hard?
It gets into the detail, complex scope items that require code documentation, situations where the adjuster's scope and the actual field conditions don't match, how to photograph and document damage in a way that supports the supplement, understanding when a scope needs a reinspection versus when it can be supplemented in writing.
What's a supplement?
A supplement is an additional claim submission after the initial scope, saying, here are items that were missed or undervalued in the original scope, and here is the documentation supporting the additional payment. Writing a good supplement is a skill. Writing a bad one or an unsupported one damages your relationship with the adjuster and your credibility on future jobs.
And the Supplement Mastery Quiz?
That one is the full package. Reading a scope critically, identifying gaps, building a supplement case, understanding what documentation you need, and how to present it professionally. It's the highest level insurance training we have, short of sitting with someone doing it live.
The math quiz? There's an insurance math quiz?
Insurance scope math. Squares to square feet, pitch factor calculations, waste percentages, how Xactimate calculates certain line items. If you don't understand the math, you can't verify whether the quantities on the scope are right.
Beyond the quizzes, how does the app support insurance work in real time?
The Insurance Quick Guide is a reference card for the process. What happens at each stage, what you should be doing, what you should be communicating to the homeowner. It's the thing you pull up when you need to explain something, and you want to make sure you're explaining it right.
Is there anything for homeowners directly?
The homeowner version of the guide is written for someone who's never filed a roofing claim. Plain language, no jargon. You can share it with a homeowner directly or walk through it with them on a call. It takes the mystery out of a process that most people find confusing and stressful.
That trust building matters for conversion.
A homeowner who understands the process and feels informed is a homeowner who stays with you through the whole job. Confusion and uncertainty are the main reasons homeowners go quiet, stop returning calls, or switch to a different contractor mid-process.
What are the most common mistakes people make on insurance jobs?
Not getting on the roof. The scope is built from an adjuster who may or may not have gotten on the roof. You have to get up there and verify what's actually damaged and whether the scope reflects it.
Second mistake?
Accepting the first scope without review. Adjusters are not adversaries, but they're also not advocates for the homeowner. The first scope is a starting point. If it's accurate and complete, great. If it's not, you supplement.
Third?
Failing to photograph thoroughly before, during, and after. Every supplement you file needs documentation, photos of the damage, photos of the existing conditions, photos of any code-required upgrades. If you don't have photos, you don't have a case.
All three of those are things the quizzes address.
All three are things the quizzes cover directly. That's not a coincidence. The quizzes were built around the actual mistakes we see in the field.
Quick hits.
1. The quiz history page shows your insurance quiz scores over time. If you took insurance scope fundamentals 6 months ago and haven't retaken it, retake it. The material has a way of getting fuzzy without reinforcement. 2. Every rep who handles insurance jobs should be able to explain RCV, ACV, depreciation, and the supplement process in plain English. If you can't do that right now, that's a gap worth closing this week. 3. The insurance training in the app and the field experience of doing insurance jobs reinforce each other. The quiz teaches you the vocabulary and framework. The job gives you the context that makes the quiz material stick. Do both.
Last episode next week. Production dashboards.
The numbers that tell you how the company is actually running, how to read them, what they're measuring, and how to use them to make better decisions.
That one feels like it ties everything together.
That's exactly what it does. The job doesn't run itself. Now you know how to run it.